chance with Georgia on a fast train, and before that we had a track from Mercury Theatre, who will be coming in for their live session next week, and that song was Empty Room. And here with us in the studio we've got David and Alysia to tell us what's to go at Gemco. How you doing, guys?
Very well, thank you.
Very well, yes.
So what is to go at Gemco?
Well, it depends if you're talking about do we get any sleep or... No, we've got three one-act plays about to happen after the success of Wait Until Dark. This is the second of a season of 4 seasons this year. That's ignoring the fact that we've got a one-act play festival and the 10-minute festival happening. But this season is a tribute to a local writer, Ken Purgham, who has helped us over the years with fantastic plays. He's writing a book about the ETU members that were in the First World War, and so it's rather apt that our first play is a play that he wrote before he got that appointment to go over to Europe and research. He had researched a lot in the First World War anyway, and our first play in this trilogy of 3 one-act plays is called Rose of No Man's Land, and it's a sad story, you can guess, but it's the families that have in Australia that are waiting for their particular offspring to, excitedly to get the letters, and with wonderful forms of communication like internets, it's sobering to realise it took 6 months to get a letter from the front back to the families, and you can imagine that all sorts of things might have happened between. Yeah. So we've got a nurse and a young soldier and their respective families, John Shields being one of them, and Tracy. They're both the parents, and you've got Camilla and Paul as the nurse and a soldier in the trench, and so the whole thing is balanced between the two, writing letters and so forth. And it's a very beautiful play, actually. And that's the start of the first play that we've got happening. The second one is a world premiere. It's called, and this is the one that Alysia is in, and Matthew Greenaway, and there's Sally, who's
a young student.
Yes, and she's doing theatre studies at Billanock, and yes, and very busy, and we have the fourth member is Holly de Maria, and you might know her.
Holly in on the Hills Voice before. She's a bit of a mover and shaker.
Yes.
Sardinia Council have employed her.
Probably need more than moving and shaking down there, but
she's doing a good job.
Yes, she is, certainly is, yes. And she was in Blood Brothers last year, and did a great job. I'm very pleased to have her doing the part of Beverly, and Matthew plays part of Robbie Williams. It's called The Real Robbie Williams, set in the laneways of Melbourne.
Which Real Robbie Williams is in, ex Take That boy band star.
That's the difference.
That's not, yeah.
Coming from our character Robbie's mind, he's the real personal Robbie Williams.
So he's mental.
Well, that's kind of what I guess David
that's
and I
a very interesting
believed
question.
That to begin with. That he's a very interesting character. Just his look on the world and his perception. Our perception of him changes as well. He's not what you'd first think of him to be. So he's very interesting, and you can't quite take him as mental. You don't know how to take him really. Because it's constantly changing his position in the whole play and the world and your mindset.
And you're part of this play?
Yes, my name is Angela. I'm a supporting character. So there's the 2 leads, there's Robbie and Beverly, and there's another supporting character called Sophia. And we play a couple, and they're really interesting. It's kind of really gritty world, this alley. It's like a bubble, but it's a grungy bubble, and yet they all appreciate what's going on, the harmony in it, they respect sort of each other. And then Beverly's sort of new to the community, shall we say. She comes into this alley and she disrupts the sort of order. So my character doesn't get off to a good start with her at all. But yeah, it's interesting to see how that kind of unfolds over the play.
That's
Sounds
a
like
very good description actually, because I'm very pleased to be directing these 3 plays with Judy Nielsen, who is the ripe-old age of 20, and she's fantastic, and it's wonderful to see the younger people coming on and having a go at the tricky roles of making sure the costumes are all there and the props and so forth, and I'm dying to be able to actually do the sound, so the left channel plays left and the right channel plays right. It's very technical, and I was the one that was beaten up the other night because I mucked it up, whereas these guys were brilliant. And this being the first time this is being performed, it really is worth seeing, as indeed the first one. And the last play is a crazy farce to finish the evening off, and it's set around the history of Henry VIII, a rather warped version. And you probably know Carol McCoy. She's murdered in the very first. I'm not giving anything away. The first 10 seconds, she's murdered, and she's Catherine. See, well, probably Catherine of Aragon, you might imagine, and it's Henry that's done it, and she comes in for the rest of the play with an axe in her head. See? So she performs with this axe in her head. So it's a farce, and of course Henry's been laying the way for Jane to turn up, which is probably Jane Howard. So and then the whole thing's a pantomime of, well, nobody can hear a ghost, can they? But we can see them as the audience, and of course we can hear them, but the people on stage can't hear a word they're saying. That you're allowed to move things and do things, and that's the way she starts to communicate, and won't spoil the ending because it is not historical. And then there's Mother's Day, and we will launch it on this one and only radio station, the MDR.
Scoop.
No. Scoop, absolute scoop. It is, you just got to enter the code. Don't do it today because I've got to put it on. But no, from Monday we have a Mother's Day special for that particular Sunday. Whoever buys their mother, or actually wants to buy their mother a ticket, guess what? We will make it so that it doesn't really cost you anything, and we'll even give a red rose. How about that? So you bring your mum before you take her out to dinner in the evening, or give her breakfast. Lunch is going to be a bit tricky because it starts at 2:30, or you can get the lunch through quickly and get down there, give her sandwiches or something. But you shout her a ticket and you'll be pleasantly surprised with the rewards you get. So bring mum, and we'll even, I think we're looking at perhaps doing a Devon tea. That's part of the scoop that needs to be talked about with the people in front of the house. But it's
it's radio. They should know about it.
No, it's okay. Yes, if you're listening, Marg, write it down in
Get the scones on.
That's what I love about this. Is my first play with Gemco, and I haven't been up to the Emerald area that often, but coming up to Gemco every sort of rehearsal, I love seeing how the whole venue is utilised, and that sense of community just flowing through, and and the fact that the plays we're doing is written by a local author, and it's just so, I really like how the community just supports itself, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's sort of a disorganisation.
in the best way possible.
It kind of works organically.
Yeah.
Creative disorganisation.
It's like, I think we're maybe all psychic or something, it's just sort of evolved somehow.
Something in the water in Emerald,
It's definitely something. I mean, where else do you do a fun festival and an arts festival on the same week? But never mind, that's really great. I mean, the whole thing, we had some great stuff there. Burlesque one day, and...
Yeah, the Hay Festival was huge. Emerald's an exciting place.
So and some would have seen people performing at the Pay Festival who are performing in these plays. We've got 13 performers, and it's very exciting to welcome people like Alysia, new to Gemco and new to the area, because new to the experience of working with a community theatre group, which is a bit different from working in a more traditional one, and it's great, and that's what keeps me young. Sometimes you get the old tension as you would do in a football team or something like this, but here it's fantastic. I've got to say that I really think it's great to know that spirit of involvement, and the older people and the younger ones, it's all ages in this season of the 3 one-act plays. It's great, really is good.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Right, so it's at the Gem Theatre, which is 19 Kilvington Drive in Emerald, which is at the top of the shops, Main Street place.
Yeah.
Near the police station and
Yeah.
whatnot. And so it's on 3 dates?
Oh, it's about
No.
2
Heaps more
weekends.
sorry.
There's a lot
Thursday,
there to look
Friday,
at.
Saturday, and the Sunday, the Mother's Day special, and on the following Friday, a Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So there's 7 performances, and it is a limited space. If they go online, people go online, www.gemcoplayers.org. You press the button, say book now or book online, and just need, and it's only, try booking, it's only 30 cents fee, so it's really good, really good.
Phenomenal.
And there's all sorts of deals.
Yes.
And the
That's good.
deal
Yeah,
for
right.
Mother's Day is the latest for the mum one. Don't forget the code MUM, M-U-M, if you can't spell it, M-U-M. That means mother.
In case you're American.
Mom.
Mom.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Hills Voice, guys. And I'm definitely going to come and check it out. I love
Great.
the Gem Theatre.
Thank you for having us.
The next time I'll sing for you.
Can you sing?
No.
I look forward to that. Right, stick around on the Hills Voice for the gig guide.